I'm Melissa Bennet, Curator of Contemporary Art at the Art Gallery of Hamilton. The exhibition Are You Experienced brings artists from all over the world, looking at the relationship between spectacle, the artist, the art object, and the viewer. We have painting, sculpture, photography, installation, sound art, video, light. Jessica Eaton is a Canadian artist living in Montreal. She was named by The Guardian as one of the hottest photographers coming out of Canada. And around us are photographs that look similar to the op art period. And she is referencing Albers and Lewitt, mid-20th century artists. However, her photographs are obviously contemporary, and they're dealing with analog techniques of multiple exposures within the camera, and then multiple filters as well within the darkroom. Dae Xhosa is a global artist living between Seoul, London, and New York. And his entire practice basically revolves around this mobility. And something that's very important to him are the spaces that he lives in, and the intimate relationship that you have with the architecture and the space around you, and how you can come to know it so well. And he wants to take that with him and sort of memorialize the idea of home. So one of the things that he's done is recreated the homes that he's lived in on a one-to-one scale out of a translucent material. It all packs up in a very light way, so that essentially he could take the piece with him in a duffel bag from venue to venue, museum to museum. And symbolically, it's like a snail carrying a home on its back, and logistically it's a lot easier to move around with your artwork that way. Olafur Eliasson is the leading artist working within the theme of the relationship between the viewer and the art object. And this piece, Triple Ripple, is 3 concentric circles on mirrored discs that cast shadows around the room, and they also catch your reflection in them. And it's a very simple installation that allows you to see yourself seeing, which is basically his mantra in talking about the experience of art. Dorian Fitzgerald is a Toronto artist, and he's a painter, and he's looking basically at the theme of excess and luxury. So he's painted all kinds of scenes from photographs that demonstrate the most lavish interiors. And behind me is the beer hall. So it's actually the first one that he made in the series. And it looks at a facade of one of the most famous beer halls in Munich. So the artist is using an over-the-top technique in using a lot of excess paint and a signature technique that's an adaptation of cloisonné to look at a really excessive ritual that is Oktoberfest, American tourism in Germany, inside a fake German street, in this beer hall, and basically just looking at overconsumption through excess paint and the excess scale of the painting itself. The artists Hadley and Maxwell are Canadian. They live in Berlin. This installation is called When That Was This. It's a brand new commission, and it uses cinefoil, which are pressings made from sculptures all over the world. They're reconfigured fragments of bodies, basically, made into new figures. There's a surrounding light show and a sound show, and basically we're sort of backstage in a theater setting that looks at trans-historical narrative, looking at the past in a fragmented way and bringing it into the present, and by adding an alternative viewing experience through the lights and the sound around you, it's sort of an immersive understanding of the passage of time. Nadia Bellarique is a Toronto artist. She works with photography and sculpture and mixed media. And the photographs in this room, along with the sculptures, each point, again, like the theme of the show, to traces of experiences, traces of people in spaces, and the relationship between the body and the space around it. The photographs have fingerprints on them. She made them on a flatbed scanner, so they're basically scans of nothing, blackness, which is an analysis of images, what's left behind, and the traces of the person that is making them. This is a custom carpet that the artist created using photography chemicals, which she painted onto her feet. And with every step, basically it treats the carpet like a photograph. So as soon as she removes her foot, the light hits it, and the chemical causes the carpet to expose and leave the trace of someone walking. I'm Melissa Bennet, Curator of Contemporary Art at the Art Gallery of Hamilton.